I'm Mike Doherty, and you're watching The Doherty Report on Chiptooth Gaming. What is up, players? It is good to see you again. This week on The Doherty Report, we have some news, we have some user questions, and we have some giveaway announcements. So go ahead and stay tuned all the way to the end of this video. I'll try to make it short. So let's jump into some news. Our first piece of news comes from the New York Times, reporting that Sony's PSVR unit is almost hit 1 million in sales. And in the interview, Andy House is talking to the New York Times and even says that the PSVR sales numbers has even exceeded their expectation of what they want the system to sell, or device, my bad. This is huge, especially if you bought a VR unit. This is good news for you, because what this means is there's enough units out in the wild that developers will be able to go and make games for it and feel like they're not going to get burned, i.e. the PS Vita, PlayStation Move. There's enough out there in the wild that they can make a profit on it, and that's good. That means more games for you to play on your PSVR unit. This is also interesting because this means Sony right now is in the lead of VR units in VR technology, which is awesome. This is an awesome win for not only the PlayStation community, but the gaming community at large, because they've made it cheaper and they've made it more accessible to the public. So kudos to Sony. The next piece of news is another Sony piece of news, and it comes over from GameSpot.com. Crash Bandicoot may not be a PlayStation exclusive. This, of course, is because PlayStation Ireland was tweeted out with a question that said, is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Collection an exclusive for PS4? And they said, absolutely yes! And then a day later, they're like, nah, bruh, it's gonna be first to the PS4. A very awkward situation, but sad and happy at the same time. I'm glad more people will be able to experience the Bandicoot who may not have a PS system. And this means better sales for the Bandicoot, which means more Bandicoot. And I love me some Bandicoot. But again, it's just me, the PlayStation nostalgia. I grew up playing it on PlayStation. It's a weird hang up with me. So again, of course, thankfully everyone gets to play. The next report comes over from GameSpot, saying the Nintendo Switch will not have Virtual Console at launch. Nintendo, what are you doing? Before you even said anything about the Switch, you were almost in the end zone. And when you had that conference, it's like you spiked it at the 10-yard line. You're done. You're giving up. You are fumbling the ball, my friends. And I cannot believe what a Bumble this is. Now, I know a lot of you are going to come out in the comments right now and say, oh, Mikey, you PlayStation fanboy. PS4 didn't have their Virtual Console on day one. And to that I say, absolutely, what a fumble by Sony. The fact that I can't play all my PlayStation 1 classics right now, everything that was a PlayStation 1 classic, everything. It doesn't matter, no exceptions. The fact that I can't play that on the PS4 right now and go and download and play Crash Bandicoot, go play Spyro, go play Medieval, is insane. They're losing money off this, and it's a blind and tone-deaf move, and I cannot believe Sony hasn't done it. It's cool that they're doing it with the PS2 right now, but they need to get on it with the PS1, and I cannot believe it hasn't happened with them either. So again, Nintendo, Sony, fumbling the ball. The only difference was Sony had a better launch lineup. Nintendo has 3 games. So it would have been nice for like people like me that don't have a reason to play a Nintendo Switch, that I would have some kind of backlog to go to. And then again, let's just ignore it and make excuses for Nintendo. They're a company. Make them work for your money. Don't just give it to them. You shouldn't just throw money at them. Speak with your wallet. If you don't like this decision, hold off on the Switch. And again, if that doesn't matter to you, buy a Switch. Buy 3 Switches. Do whatever you can to help support Nintendo. If this doesn't matter to you in any way, shape, or form, go and do you. And our last piece of news today. Ken Levine, the creator of BioShock, has finally announced the name of his new studio, named Ghost Story. This is big news. This means Ken Levine is finally, not that he wasn't before, but he's back at it again. He's ready to announce something. I'm so excited to see what's next from this creator. He's just so creative. BioShock was such a unique game in the atmosphere, in the world, and in the characters such as Big Daddy. It's so unique to its time, and I cannot wait to see what Ken Levine is like unchained and just creative juices flowing, all forces go. I'm stoked for it. In our shameless plugs of the week, Horizon Zero Dawn is out tomorrow and it is getting phenomenal reviews. Sitting at an 88 on Metacritic right now. It is unbelievable what I'm hearing about this game and how it's being talked about right now. I am stoked to play it. I'll be picking it up tonight. So be sure for full impressions coming Tuesday-ish. I'll be sure to give a little review. Later down the road, like once I beat the game, I'll give a full, of course, chiptune gaming review, the ones that you come to know and love. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to talking about games coming out this year. That hits it off with Horizon. After Horizon, we have the Nintendo Switch launch, which means you're getting 3 games, but there's still really 3 interesting games that I think people will have fun with. That's a hardware launch, and then after the hardware launch, with Zelda included in that hardware launch, then we have Ghost Recon Wildlands. Looks phenomenal, looks good. And then right after Ghost Recon, we have Mass Effect Andromeda. These are all heavy hitters. And guess what? The Nintendo Switch is 4 days away. Mass Effect Andromeda is 24 days out. There's a lot to look forward to this month in gaming. I am excited to see where 2017 takes me. It looks like I am going to be a busy nerd. Now let's jump over to our Honest Hour segment. Honest Hour is where you ask me questions, ask me anything AMA. Go ahead and hashtag Doherty Report. Ask it to us on our Facebook page. Ask it to us on our Twitter. Ask it to us in the comments down below. Ask us questions. Just make sure you hashtag Doherty Report and we will get them and answer them right here on the show. Mike Doe himself. And I mean anything either. It doesn't have to be game related. It could be life related. It could be relationship related. Anything you want. Science related. Don't know how big of a help I'll be there. But go ahead. Let's talk. Let's talk some science. Let's talk some atoms, some neurons, some protons, some nucleuses, some nuclear power, space. That's all I know about science. Oceanography. I took a class once. And starting off Honest Hour, we have Chris Barrett. Chris Barrett asks, friend of the show, asks, what is your take on the future of VR gaming? Now, I didn't want to get into it when I was talking about the news report because normally I would interject my opinions into it. Since Chris asked this question now, it's perfect time for Honest Hour. VR, I'm mixed on it. I haven't bought it yet, but I also believe in it. I think it has so much potential outside of gaming and in gaming. Now, that being said, I have tried it. It's amazing. It does change the game. And with that report out with Sony selling almost 1 million units, it looks really good right now. It looks extremely good for VR gaming. But again, people need to be able to see past the gimmick because it is gimmicky in itself until it's not a gimmick. Just like analog controls were a gimmick, just like online play was a gimmick, just like open world was even a gimmick. So it's a gimmick till it's not a gimmick, and that's how I see it. So people like Kyle Bunyea, KB himself, Sketchy Mailman on Twitter, he doesn't believe in it. He thinks it's a gimmick, and he thinks it's a flop, and he thinks it's going to be much like the Wii. So only time will really tell with VR, but so far, to me, it's looking good, and I see it going further. I see we're going to get more adapted to the state of VR gaming, and I think there is going to be a VR headset in everyone's house. Now, that being a PlayStation VR headset, not necessarily, but I believe every household will have a VR headset because it gets to the point where you can talk to your family through Skype, you can go explore worlds. It's going to be an awesome tool. Football games, oh, I can only imagine watching Ohio State play right now, being in the horseshoe, just transported in the horseshoe, watching them dot the I. It's amazing. I can't wait to experience that when VR gets to that point. That about wraps up for the Doherty Report of this week. Not a whole lot of news this week, guys. I'm sorry, but I have something exciting to announce. We have a giveaway. That's right. We're having our first giveaway. And the way this works, every 10 subscribers, we are giving away either a PlayStation card or an Xbox card, the money cards. So go ahead. This is how you enter. I'm going to give you all the details right now on how you enter this contest. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below and like the video. Those 3 things will be able to enter you into the chance to win a PlayStation card or an Xbox card to spend at your will. You have been awesome. You've been listening to me week after week, and if for some of you back in the day a year ago when I had no equipment, no real experience. I was worse on camera. Thank you for staying with me. So I want to give back. I want to give back to everyone who watches my content. So for every 10 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away either a PlayStation card or an Xbox card just for you. Thank you for watching. Again, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below. And that will enter you into the chance to win a PlayStation card and an Xbox card. I can already tell you we hit 10 subscribers, 10 more subscribers. So I'm going to go ahead and announce the winner in the next Doherty Report. Now, if there's more, if we happen to hit 20, 30, 40 more subscribers by the time next Doherty Report hits, all winners will be announced then. I'll put all the names into a randomizer, and it will pick a name, and I will give all the names of all the winners of however many subscribers we have. For each one, I'm going to pick again and again and again. So you could potentially win 3 times if the randomizer picks you 3 times. So go ahead, like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and share the video. Why not? The more subscribers, the more chances you have to win. I'm Mike Doherty, and you've been watching the Doherty Report on Chip Tooth Gaming. Thanks for watching, players.
Curse the king.